looking 80-year-old man holding on to 29. And up ahead on that horizon is a California line. Up ahead a truck's carrying a wide load, 3-5 house cut in half. Cute little front door and 2 windows, my lord. Ain't sure whether to cry or should have laughed. You see, I brought it home on myself once. As I stumbled to that door, read a note by the dawn's light. Said, don't you come round here anymore. Well, I've had enough of this freedom of the road. Never was good with the city jobs. At least that's what I've been told. Good evening, good people. Good evening, good people. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah. Never late. Emilio's wife. She will be here always on time. Always was. Well, I heard there was a secret chord David played, and I please the Lord. You don't really care for music, do you? Goes like this, the 4th, the 5th, minor fall and a major lift. Baffled king composing, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Be faithful and strong, but you needed proof. Yes, I'm bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She smashed your throne and cut your hair, and from your lips she drew, oh, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, so I hope everyone is doing okay. If you don't know, this is a very, very, very tight community, a very special community. And one of the most special people in the community, we lost last night. Emilio's wife passed away peacefully in her sleep, according to a post from her husband today on Facebook this morning. Serena was... she kind of made this channel what it is. She showed up, I think, for every single one of these. If she missed any, it was rare. She was here for the very first one of these. She ended up acting like kind of a historian of this channel, and a greeter. A lot of the people that are irregulars now were greeted by Serena. They'd come in and they'd say, who's this weirdo? And what's he doing? Will he ever finish a sentence? And she would greet them, and she knew the score. She's like, oh, that's Kyle. He'll get to the point eventually. Or, oh, that's his dog Champ, and he does that. This is part of it. Just he'll get to whatever you're asking about. Doesn't matter if you don't know anything about AI. Kyle will take care of you. She took care of people. And she did it with such joy and generosity. This channel has become, and the AI Salon has become like a refuge for people who are afraid of this AI thing and afraid of what it's going to do to their lives and afraid of what it's going to do to them. And they come into, what is potentially a very intimidating community, right? It's been around for 2.5 years. It's called the AI Salon. There's a lot of really smart people in there, a lot of really talented people in there. And yet it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel intimidating, because no matter where anyone is, there's a generosity and a welcomeness and a lovingness and a joy. And Serena really, she lived that every flippin' day. She never asked for a thing. She just gave and gave and gave. She was just pure generosity, pure love. My favorite story of hers is she named the Irregulars. So the Irregulars, if you don't know, are the people that show up to this crazy thing night after night after night. And probably right around this time, 2 years ago, I was on the live and I just kept seeing the same people show up night after night. And Serena was one of them. She was usually here first. I'd see her little flowers, her little sunflowers would pop up. And I was like, oh, there's Emilio's wife. And just one night I was just, being my smart-assy self. And, I was jabber-jawing about something or other. And I said, you people, you're a bunch of fucking weirdos. You're a bunch of weirdos. And Serena immediately, she was so polite, but she immediately clapped back. She had a great sense of humor, but it was very subtle and she only used it sparingly. And so when she used it, it was good. And her response was, "We're not weird, we're irregular." And it just cracked me up to no end. And like in that instant, I'm like, that's what you guys are called. Like you just, you named it. That's who you are. You're the Irregulars. And it was just so fucking funny. And it's, there's something about this channel is full of a bunch of Gen Xers. And so I immediately thought of, Metamucil. there were levels of irregularity going on. And, it's just who she was. It was just who she was just joy. and generosity and love. And my good friend Kevin Clark, he's got a real good approach to grieving. And that is that rather than mourn the loss of the person, celebrate what they did. And so if you go to the AI Salon, if you remember the AI Salon, go to the AI Salon. And you go to the AI Learning Lab Irregulars channel, which is down in the clubs and hubs. There's a post there, celebrating what she did for this community, and I encourage you to go in there and make an image. We're not weird, we're irregular, or sunflowers or turtles, whatever it might be. Make a song, write a poem. Cindy Kuhn wrote a couple of really beautiful posts in there. So did a lot of other people. So go celebrate who she was and what the gift that she gave to this community it's deep and profound. Really is. She was like the OG irregular. The other request that I have, I just feel like whenever Serena was in these lives, anyone that came in, whether they were a troll who was pissed off about AI or wanted to come in and make fun of me or had questions, wanted to figure out what this was, she would just welcome everyone, and she would disarm people, and she would do it with love and joy, and it was a constant that anyone that came into this channel in the middle of my mad rantings and meanderings was welcomed. And so my request to all of you, especially irregulars, and I know Mod, you do this a lot anyway, but I think we honor what she did and how she did it by carrying on that legacy. That no matter how someone comes into this space, that we take care of them, that we welcome them, we say hello. If they're cranky, like Kyle will get to you, he'll answer your question. Whatever it was that put people at ease. Think about that. If you're in here and you see someone pop in, what would she have done? So anyway, I have a glass full of ice. I'm going to put some of my Blanton's barreled tequila over it, which, if you're new here, I hate tequila, but this brand of tequila that was aged in a Blanton's barrel. Blanton's is my jam. And what I have here, so if you don't know whiskey, Blanton's is essentially impossible to get. So not this past May, but the previous May, Serena took it upon herself to figure out where in the country had a bottle of this crap that she could buy and send to me. And so she sent this, and she sent a big gift basket. And she sent these glasses that had my name monogrammed on them, and a bunch of irregulars got together and split it, but she was the driving force behind it. And the night this came on my birthday a year and a half ago, I went up to my boys and I said, hey boys, look how cool this is. the Irregulars sent me a bottle of Blanton's, to which my son Zachary's response was, they know where we live? Which is the appropriate response, but it was Serena. And she had coordinated this with my wife, and my wife's response was, oh my God, that woman, she loves you so much, and she loves the channel so much, and she was just amazing. So there is one little teeny tiny drop of Blanton's from the bottle that she gave me, that you all gave me. And so we're going to pop that in there too. And so here's to Serena. Cheers. Oh. Oh. Ritesh Patel, she took pride in being an irregular. Oh, top post to your friend, mate. Hey, Ritesh, what's happening? Jim Ross, she took pride in being an irregular. She did. She was so proud of being an irregular. Oh, man. I just, Cindy Kuhn, about it's probably close to a year into me doing these lives. I was talking with Cindy at one of our meetings somewhere, and I said something about the channel and something about what I was planning, or some insecurity I had. And Cindy said, she said, Kyle, I don't think you understand what this is. And I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, the AI Learning Lab has nothing to do with you at this point. I said, what do you mean? She goes, well, I'm in the comments. This is when we were just TikTok. She goes, I'm in the comments. And she goes, you start talking and there's a whole other world that happens. She goes, the AI Learning Lab isn't about you. You just convene the space. It is about all of us supporting one another and helping one another and answering questions and bringing on new people. Serena was kind of the unspoken leader of that spirit. There was something about what she created that turned, what is in theory a cold social media channel where I'm just sort of vomiting out content for viewers, into something that is completely different than that. Like years of people showing up night after night after night to maybe learn a little something, to maybe have a little bit of fun, to answer some questions, to support one another, but really just to connect. So many people in this community have connected and become friends. So, yeah. So, yes, cheers. May she rest in peace. The little horsey. The little Blanton's horsey. So, this bottle doesn't leave that shelf. Joy Purdy, so glad she's in my short film To Be Remembered Always. Yep. We like turtles. You guys, you can't get sentimental in the comments because I'm already flubbering here. But you know what? Fuck it. It's okay. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to celebrate. It's okay to be happy for the gift that she gave us. You know, the thing about Serena, she was so unassuming. She was always willing to sit in the background, never raised her hand, would speak if I occasionally called on her, but did it reluctantly, but was always fucking there. She was always there. It's just rare. It's just rare for people to show up, just to show up, you know? So I think we should celebrate that. And for those of you that show up, thank you. Because, you know, this really isn't about me, right? It's about all of us. So, anyway, if you're new here, welcome. We might do some AI stuff tonight. We might not. I don't know. It's how it goes here. We nickname it Chat ADD. Also, if you go to the AI Salon and the Irregulars channel, I've got a post there where you can, you know, put remembrances and images and things like that. Vicky also is organizing like a Venmo PayPal thing. So the post right after mine is a post from Vicky. So if you want to donate, we'll put together something nice for Emilio, for her husband. Okay. So go in there and do that. Yeah, sorry and I know some people have probably joined late. If you're not aware, Emilio's wife Serena passed away last night, and so we're just talking about that. Thank you, Fabiana. I appreciate that. It hurts. It does hurt. It does hurt. But you know, we're better. We're a better place because of who she was and how she showed up. I mean, fuck, take that for a lesson, like a life lesson. Why are we so broken up? Because of how she showed up. And how did she show up? Not with fanfare, not with a brag, not with stupid comedy. She just showed up with love and joy and generosity. It was it. It was quite pure. It was, you know, I'm sure like all of us, she's human. She had her stuff, but I don't think she had a lot of stuff. I think she had a lot of just love and joy. She was a teacher. Oh. I think we would all do well to show up in our lives the way she showed up here. Yep. You know, there's lessons in that. And what I know, even though she was late sometimes, she'll never be late again. She's always here. I know that she appreciated how much she was appreciated from all of you. Like she loved this community. She loved it. And that's because you showed up. That's a rare thing, isn't it? To know that someone knew they were appreciated. Yep. Fabiana, I agree. Thought she would she would always be here. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She was so consistent, so persistent. Our greeter. She was our greeter, our welcomer. I hope she was aware she was loved. I think she was aware. I think she was. I know that a number of people in here spoke with her regularly. She had a quiet power, you know. She was quiet. She was happy to sit in the corner. Actually, she sat at the front door, right? At the little table. The party was going on behind her. She was happy to just sit there and welcome people in, guide them. Make them feel welcomed and heard and seen. Mm. Maybe that's the big lesson for us, right? Live your life in a way that other people know that they're seen and heard. Yeah, that could suck less. And you know, I'll tell you, because we do this a lot, and because a lot of what we talk about is not the tools of AI, but the impact of AI on human beings and the future of work and the how terrifying it can be, and am I going to lose my job, and did I lose my job, and I survived a round of layoffs. A lot of what's being talked about with AI is about the technology. And what I love about this group is that the technology is just there to serve our humanity. And I think what this group understands, what this community understands, probably better than most people on the planet right now, is that these tools, if we remain engaged as humans, amplify our humanity, right? If we work with these tools with intentionality and empathy and connection and a sense of impact on others, it makes us better people. It amplifies what we want to do in the world. And if we want to make the world a better place, or we want to tell a moving story, or we want to make someone laugh, we can do that. There's zero judgment. That's an incredibly rare thing. It's a rare thing in life. It is exponentially more rare in tech circles. So while this is the AI learning lab, this isn't a tech circle, right? We're a little geeky. We know how to use the shit. But this is about us and how we impact one another. What I tell people in my chair about grief is that the strength of it is directly proportional to the meaning behind the relationship. It's good to let it hurt. It shows how much you cared. Yeah, it is. It's okay for it to hurt. And it's okay for it to be beautiful. What a fucking reminder. We got this group called the Irregulars, and they show up to this crazy, stupid, insane live stream, TikTok channel, YouTube live stream now, night after night after night. It's a really good reminder for me to acknowledge all of you. Because it wasn't just Serena that shows up, it's all of you. You show up night after night after night, knowing that I have no qualifications, none. Knowing that most nights are going to be abject train wrecks, unwatchable drivel. But you also know you have each other, right? And so you come here for that, to be friends, to share, to support. And that, you know, that's very much an active legacy of how Serena showed up. So thank you for all of you for showing up in that spirit. Yeah, Valerie Cox, we found our people, just normal, curious people. Yeah, just normal, curious people. We're just trying to fucking figure it out. None of us can keep up with it anymore. We know that. You know, I feel less competent today with AI than I did, you know, when we first started going live. I had a handle on it then. There were only 6 tools, and I could keep them all in my head. I knew how to use them well. Not anymore, not even close. We're not normal, we're irregular. Yeah, here, Source Camp. That's nonsense, Kyle. You're the most brilliant when you're lost in your tangents. Thank you. It's awesome watching your mind lead you around the meandering path. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know that it's so funny? You know, I tell people that I do this. I'm like, I go live 5 nights a week, and people lose their mind. They're like, you what? For how long? 15 minutes? I'm like, no, 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, what are you doing? And the thing that just feeds me endlessly is whatever we do in here that gives people an unlock for these tools, that amplifies who they are, and they discover something about themselves, or they have some success in business, or they have some success in their personal life because of the stuff they learned here. The joy that gets, you know, bounced back at me on a regular basis is just, it's profound. It's profound. We've got people in here that came in here pissed off with a chip on their shoulder. AI sucks. It's stealing. It's the world's greatest plagiarism machine. And those are now some of the biggest proponents of it. It changed my life. Because they were willing to let themselves be in a community of curious people. Yeah, we can hold space for humanity. Yeah. Cam Cat, can you inspire us, Kyle? Thank you. Thank you, Cam. Serena will never be late again. That's the reality. Always here. Always here. A so badge, Serena Emilio's wife. That's beautiful. Reg, I have my AI community and model railroad community. This gives me therapy for my PTSD, recovering from a toxic workplace. You inspire. Thank you. Thank you. This is a perfect example of how AI is bringing humanity together. It really is. It's funny, as there's some weird shit going on where the leaders of the big frontier labs right now, they're saying some weird shit. They're saying some shit like, yeah, it's going to take jobs. It's coming fast. So either something's coming down the pike. I don't know what's going on. But the impact of this, I mean, I think we all know this. Like, AI is not going away. The impact of it's going to be profound. That's why we're here. We're trying to figure this shit out. The thing that I think we've figured out, that is one of the reasons I'm still so passionate about this, is that us as a community, we're going to figure out what to do with what's happening sooner than other people that are on their own, trying to go like, how do I learn AI? What do I do now? At a minimum, we can check in with each other. How you doing? Oh, I'm okay. How are you doing? I'm a little scared. Survived another round of layoffs. Right? We at least have that thing where we understand one another and what each of us individually and collectively have done with these tools. And so that as the tools emerge and evolve and do whatever the fuck they do, the grounding part of this community is completely independent of that noise. And if something comes out that's really remarkable and is going to change everything, we'll be here talking about it. What's that mean? I don't know. Go do shit. Come back tomorrow, weekend homework. Go do stuff. Come back. Tell us what you learned. You can't build what is here. You can't turn that on overnight. It's about trust and friendship and humanity. It's about humanity. Oh my God. Robert Rossi, Lord, please comfort Emilio's heart. May you give him strength and your peace. Yes, sir. Cheers to that, Robert Rossi. I'll tell you something funny. Early on, I was doing something or other, and I said, fuck this and shit that and whatever it was. And Emilio's wife said, I don't appreciate the cussing or something like that, or the cursing. She said it in her amazingly loving way. And I was just being salty. I was like, whatever. I don't care. This is who I am. I had a little Gary V spice in me. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. And I assumed that she would just leave. And she didn't. And she never said anything like that again. She never, ever complained about it ever again. I think that's just who she was. She just said, well, that's who he is. I'll just accept that, even though she didn't like that. That's rare. That's rare. Oh, good Lord. Vale and Wash. Hey, fam, sorry for your loss, especially for Emilio. I know. I feel so bad for him. His post, just said, hey, I wanted you to know, and, it's the saddest day of my life. I can only imagine. We just got to see a little glimpse of who she was. Just a little glimpse. Whew. She consistently shared the live every time you went on. Winston Hardy. Thanks to all the irregulars that do that. Yeah. He's cursing again. Yeah, I curse. There's some nice tributes in irregulars. Yeah, if you want to go into if you go into the AI Salon, into the AI Learning Lab and Irregulars channel, there's a post from Vicky there, who's arranging. If you want to send money, we're going to send flowers or something nice to Emilio. Vicky's arranging that, so check out her post where you can send money to that and support that. And then the post below that is my post where I share, the news and my thoughts and a request to make an image with a turtle in it, or we're not weird, we're irregular, or whatever it might be. Tobias, I saw he had made a t-shirt that said we're not weird, we're irregular, with a little turtle on it, and posted a picture of that. So Brandon posted a song. Cindy Kuhn posted poems and a story about embracing your irregularity. So yeah, there's some really nice tributes. So go do that if you were touched by Serena in any way. That would be nice. A nice little tribute. So yeah. She is why we're irregulars. What a legacy. She's it, man. She was the one that said, we're not weird, we're irregular. We acknowledged that many times. She knew that she was the reason we were the irregulars. I think she was very proud of that. I don't think she would ever say that. She was too humble to say that she was proud of that. But I think you got to think deep down. She's like, yeah, that was mine. It's funny. There's like there are a handful of these little, sort of cultural markers within the AI Learning Lab that are these things that stick. That was one of the first ones that really was the beginning, Oh man. It's funny. Like where my mind goes is, okay, what AI should I talk about now? I'm such a dweeb nut. I think just, talking about her is good. We'll get to the AI shit. It's funny. Like, I don't know that she did a ton with AI. She may have. Like, I mean, she made images every now and again. She'd put images in the salon. If you look up her name, I'm sure there's images in there that she's made. But a lot of us are like, here's a project I'm working on. Here's a project I'm working on. I don't know that she had ambitions like that. I think why she spent so much time in this community is she liked this community. Just being a support, answering questions for newbies, pointing people in the right direction. There's something just so fucking pure about that. It's just like amazing. It's like very few people I've seen, adorn their name, so clear as she did, with like sunflower flower, her name, Emilio's wife, right? Not even her. She put herself second, even in how she branded herself. And then flower, sunflower. And for some people, you'd look at that and go like, oh, you're trying too hard. No, for her, like, that's who she was. She was just like sunshine. She was just like sunshine and love and like generosity. That was it. It's like, you know, you guys go do what you do. I'll just be here supporting you. Amazing. Sherry West. Serena and I spend 2 hours a day laughing and texting since June 2023. I'm going to be so lost. Oh, Sherry, yeah. I'm so sorry. It's really beautiful, though. How lucky are you, right? That you spent 2 hours a day laughing and texting. The brand was brilliant. Serena's presence here inspired me to come back every day. I am so thankful. We'll miss her so. See, that's it, Quick Flick Paul. There's something about the way she showed up here that let people know this isn't a one-time thing. You can flick on, you can move on, but this isn't a one-time thing. And that's changed people's lives. I say this all the time. The time that you spend in the AI Learning Lab is not about anything you'll learn from me or anyone else. It's about being in the conversation. It's literally about showing up. That's amazing. she predicted my foster cat was going to be a foster fail, and she was right. Oh. That long handle made it so tough to respond on TikTok. Had to keep it brief. I scroll back through the comments all the time to see the thread she had going with her sunflowers. I know, exactly. Well, it's funny, like every night when I check off, when I do check off, I get rows of turtles, which she was famous for putting in there, and so is Silver Fox. And I would get rows of sunflowers, and the rows of sunflowers were from other people, right? Cindy Coon's in the house. Me too. Scroll back. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck, we lost a good one, didn't we? She was a good one. Everyone else, sitting where I sit, right? people come to me and bitch about other people. You know who no one ever bitched about? Her. No one ever bitched about her. And if she was ever had feelings like that for someone else, she kept it to herself. She was just there. Love and light. Love and light. Archetypal architect. Oh, I probably would have gotten kind of bored with my limited useful focus. I didn't have this community to keep it fresh for me on a nightly basis. I literally use AI almost entirely for writing nonsense and stroking my own ego rather than anything useful. That's okay. It's okay. You're in the conversation. You're in the conversation. Luna Shtick. Hey, what's happening, Daisy? Yeah, she was a literal ray of sunshine. She really was. It was just, what's funny is like I almost don't have a frame of reference for it. You know, I come from the theater, right? My background's in theater. And theater people are some very loving, very resourceful, very loving people. But there's a lot of ego in the theater, and so there's a lot of temporary love. You know, you put on a show with someone, you go through this really intense experience. You spend like 3 months of your life with this group, and then you go away, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. So it's very intense, but it's very fleeting. And just the consistency with how she showed up is it's a really rare thing. Really rare thing. Hmm. Here's the thing I know about Serena. She's here right now, taking care of us, making sure we're okay. Yep. I promise you that. I know that. She'd be mortified if she was late. uh, she was our sunflower. Very special, unique sunflower. She will be missed every night. Rest in peace, Queen. Yeah. Yeah, the nightly space that I've created as a group effort with so many people coming together. Yep. You're not wrong. My phone keeps going into Siri mode for no reason to do so. Exactly. That's Serena. She's like, I'm here. I'm here. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh man. Uh, what's up, Talk? I'm saddened by the news. She'll be missed. Indeed. Wolfman Clint, she got on to me once for being late one time a couple of years ago. Exactly. She had a wicked sense of humor. I will tell you that. uh, she's sending a message. She hears you all. She's messing with us. There it goes again. If I get a message after I do, I'll pass it along. Yeah. Do you remember that night? The night she loved that night so much, the soap opera night, where I was talking to Moshi and then Siri went off, and then Siri yelled at me, and then Moshi yelled at me, and then I think ChatGPT yelled at like it was this whole drama of the talking chatbots. She loved that so much. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Fabiana, I'm so incredibly sad. I know. I know. Me too. Me too. That just means, we had a much bigger place in our heart for her than maybe we knew on the surface. Such a good reminder. If we show up here with half of the grace and generosity and love that she did, her legacy will carry on. I suspect she was fairly conservative but didn't complain. when I made her an adult phone actress. Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. I always knew she was awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Someone should tell Pi. Even when we would disagree, Mr. IT, in debunking lies in my GPT live, she would never stop talking to me. No, she was really amazing with that. Like even if trolls came in and things like that, she would talk them down and tell them why it was worth hanging out, engaging in the conversation. Yeah. 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 One more reason to have a digital twin. There you go. Tom Nodler, my Siri keeps going off and I have 3 different Mac products. So I'm being bombarded with, I can answer that. Oh, man. Oh, Sherry West, I sent her flowers for Mother's Day because she takes good care of us. Later, she told me she hates flowers, gives her anxiety. Yeah, like I think she naturally gives to other people. I very much sense that she does not want the spotlight on her. Flowers give her anxiety. Oh my god, that makes perfect sense. Right? Like the pressure of having to live up to those flowers. But yet she did, right? She deserved flowers every fucking day. Oh man. That's crazy. John Harris. Hey Kyle, I saw the video that you made, such tragic news. I'm deeply saddened. She was instrumental in our group. She really was, John. Yeah, it's what we've been talking about all night. Like how she showed up here, John, was just like it was such a pure act of generosity. She showed up every flipping night. I mean, with very few exceptions, if any, and was just whether it was a stranger or someone who was in here acting crazy or cranky, or someone didn't know what the hell I was talking about. She was always there answering questions, just being. It's worth your time. He'll be right back. Champy needed cheese. She knew the whole history of the show. She would remind me of shit I said. She was like, "Oh, that's when you said when you said this." She was our informal historian. I remember that. I interacted with her so often over the last 2 years. Yeah, exactly. She was just there for people, right? There's a link in the AI Salon site. Oh yeah, Fabiana, if you go to the AI Salon, go to the salon.ai website and then say join our community. That'll take you into the community site. And if you scroll down the left-hand navigation, the first group under clubs and hubs is AI Learning Lab and Irregulars. And the very first post you see there is from Vicky. And that's arranging if you want to, give money for flowers. We're going to figure out something to do for Emilio for her family. And then the post below that is a post where I announce the news and celebrate her and encourage people to create images and songs and poems and things that would have made Serena happy. Oh, boy. She gave us all good memories. Yeah. That's how we know her. If you're an irregular because of her, right? It was her when I called all of you that show up here on a nightly basis a bunch of weirdos. She immediately corrected me. We're not weird, we're irregular. Oh my god, that cracked me up so fucking hard. I was like, well, that's your name. There's no voting on it. You just that was sealed in wax right there right that night. I'm sure we could actually probably go back and find that too. We could probably find that night. That would actually be a fun clip to find. I'll work with Lord Digital Gods on that one. Oh man. Toodles. I was an irregular. Yeah, we're all fucking irregular in here. She was my greeter my first time on your TikTok. Valerie Cox. Very kind and made me feel like I wasn't asking dumb questions. That's it. That's the legacy that I hope her passing can remind us how important that was. That is. That when someone comes into a group like this and they're feeling clueless and scared and know that they don't have a math degree, they're like, I don't know, what am I supposed to do with this AI? That she made you feel that welcomed, Valerie, like that is the thing that I hope is one of the enduring legacies. Because I feel like that's everything. Like the opposite of that is like, high school and junior high cliques, right? You come in and people are like, who are you? Which group do you belong in? And we don't have that. Have AI search the archives for the click. No, we will. So Lord Digital Gods has got all of AI Learning Labs archives in a giant database. So he can search all this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, Digital Gods does have it in the database somewhere. We just got to go dig it out. Yes, the birthday unboxing. The pink bow is not from Serena, but the Blantons and this Blanton's glass, this whiskey glass, and Blanton's toys, and I don't know, all sorts of shit was from Serena. She arranged all that. Oh man. Kevin Stewart, she was truly a pleasure and she was my support when I had questions. There you go. So listen, that generosity, if you're an irregular here, even if you're not a mod, if you're an irregular here and new people come in, remember that generosity. Carry that on. That would be my request to all of you. The Blanton's t-shirt. Yes. The Blanton's t-shirt. It's one of my favorite t-shirts, not only because it's Blanton's, which is cool, but it's like a really soft, really nice t-shirt. Oh, I should have worn the Blanton's t-shirt tonight. What am I thinking? Loser. Oh, yes, the liquid joy. Yep. Oh, man. I'm going to name my next rescue animal after her. I love that. Maybe not Emilio's wife, but real name Serena. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think she lives on. I think she's gonna trigger our Siri for the next, couple of months. She's definitely going to be on time here every night, so she's going to be with us. I don't think she's going to let us forget us. She's got too good a sense of humor for that. Tobias, did you see that she tried to help me late last night? I didn't. Amazing. Be Emilio's wife. What would Emilio do? What would Emilio's wife do? Be Emilio's wife. Yeah, seriously. Be that generous. Be that giving. Like the fact that she said flowers give her anxiety. That's the sign of someone who expects nothing in return, just gives. It's an amazingly rare thing. An amazingly rare thing. Detroit Jay, I love you, Kyle. Thank you very much, Jay. I appreciate that. What's up, Talk? So many memories. I'm still in shock. I know. Me too. Me too. Me too. But I want to take the advice my friend Kevin Clark does in these times and says, let's celebrate the impact she had. Let's celebrate and sort of live in what carries on. This community is what it is to a very large degree because of how she showed up. So we get to carry that forward. And I hope we do that. I hope we do that well. Yep. She sent me a TikTok on aches and pains at about 11 p.m. Oh, Tobias, that's so sweet. There you go. She's giving, like right up until she passes. She's helping other people. Fucking amazing. Absolutely staggering, stunning, beautiful. And like, of course she was trying to help people in this community. Amazing. She literally rested in peace. Emilio's wife is a rad name for a pet. It's true. Oh, man. What time did you find the news that she passed, Kyle? I got a text from Kelly Camp that sent me a screenshot of a Facebook post that her husband put on Facebook. I don't know, it was probably 8 o'clock this morning, my time. And then I went to Facebook and I put a comment there, and then I posted to the AI Salon, and then I don't know. I couldn't make a video early, but I made a video and posted it on TikTok. I don't know, 1 o'clock or something like that. So yeah, it was, listen, I mean, she was so ever present and so there. And if she had stuff going on, we certainly didn't know about it. And I think that's the way she probably would have wanted it anyway. And so, yeah, it comes as a shock, but man, how lucky are we that we had her in our lives, and as kind of a rudder of this group. So nurturing. I didn't text her Sunday, but Saturday knew she was only drinking water and still feeling crummy. That sucks. All right, people. I'm going to go. I want you all to know how very, very much I appreciate, that you all show up. And not just for me, that you show up for each other. This is a very good reminder to me to not take that for granted, to not expect that it is an incredible act of generosity on all of your parts for how you show up here, and why this is a special place, why the AI Salon is a special community, why these lives are what they are. I mean, I've been going live nightly for 2 years, and the level of engagement and positivity around this technology that scares a lot of people can be really contentious. There's kind of a bubble around us because of how you all show up. So I really appreciate that. Deeply, deeply, deeply. So here's to Serena. We're not weird. We're irregular. Cheers. And we know she's going to be here on time every night from this night forward. She's here tonight. She's fucking with Siri. So cheers, Serena. All right, everybody. It's the family we choose. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cheers. Diana, these lives are great. All right, everyone. Have yourself a fantastic night. Tomorrow's normal time. I'll see you at 8. We'll get back to geeking out. But geeking out with heart, right? Never not with heart. Always with heart. That's what this is a good reminder of. Humanity matters. We matter. Connecting with each other is what matters here. The technology will pass through. All right. All right. Love y'all.